Hey people, thank you for stopping by the channel today. I'm glad that you found the channel. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so that you can be notified each time I release a video, okay? So today, it's gonna be a shorter video. If you haven't heard already, if I haven't notified you guys, I am currently writing a book and it has been a struggle. Let's talk about it. So I started on this journey of writing this book, I want to say about a month ago, okay? And let's just say I was not prepared. I come from the world of writing screenplays, and this is completely different, all right? Um, it takes a lot of self-motivation. Um, you have to find different ways. You have to be creative in finding ways to motivate yourself when writing a book, okay? Or it can become a very lonely process. So I just want to share with you guys some tips that have helped me along the way. Um, you know, I started out by paying really close attention to word count, and that could be discouraging sometimes because if you set a goal of doing 500 to 1,000 words a day and you don't hit that, sometimes you feel defeated. And I have felt defeated a couple times during this process. So I recommend actually staying away from that. Only check your word count maybe after a few days of writing, and don't be married to that word count, okay? Have fun with this process, loosen up. I also realize that that is a good way to go too. Um, and then something that I recently found out is I didn't, well, I don't really want to share too much about the storyline for this project, but I did recently tell my wife about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I definitely want to read that." So just hearing that um, really fueled me some more and gave me some more motivation to finish the process. So what I recommend is finding one person or a couple people that are really close to you and just tell them a little bit about the story. Let them inside your mind a little bit because just hearing their feedback might give you some motivation that you need in order to crank out those chapters, okay, and crank out those scenes that you are currently working on. Another thing that I've done, when I first started, I thought I had to write in chronological order, and that was holding me up a lot, okay? Don't be afraid to go out of order when you're writing your book, especially if you are if a scene just keeps hitting your mind and you have it fully thought out, write it, okay? Right now I am writing in Google Docs, and it allows you to set up a outline, and you can name the different chapters, and you just click on them and it jumps straight to whatever chapter that you're writing. So it is okay to write out of order. Okay, don't be afraid to do that. I know some people are against that, but I am finding that to be very helpful because I'll write that scene that's just like stuck on my mind, and it'll give me new ideas to go back and write the scenes that I'm having trouble with. It'll spark new ideas. So I have found that to be very helpful too. Um, the goal is to get, I want to say 40 to 50,000 words for this project, and I'm only 8,000 words in, and I just got to find different ways to stay motivated. Like there are tons of scenes that keep hitting my mind, so I have decided to just go ahead and crank those out. And the scenes that I'm not feeling so strongly about yet, because I'm not sure on how to connect all of them, I'm gonna go back and struggle through those scenes, right? Sometimes you just have to do that, especially if something is fresh on your mind and the characters are you've developed a character strong in certain scenes and you're not too sure about them in other scenes, sometimes you just have to go with what is on your mind. Okay, don't be afraid to go out of order. At least it hasn't been a problem for me yet. I don't know, maybe you are the person that has to tackle things in order. Hey, if going out of order does not work for you, then stick to what you're doing. I'm just giving you the tips of what has been helping me so far. um Another thing that has been helpful to me is writing early in the morning. Like, I get up between 3 and 4 a.m., and that is when my house is quiet, everybody is asleep. I go into the office and I just crank out as many words as I can. Okay. And just know that your first draft is not meant to be perfect. Okay. It's going to be the garbage draft, it's going to be the messy draft. You're going to have typos, you're going to have punctuation issues. That's what editing is for. The first draft is just for you to get your ideas out, okay? And crank those scenes out and connect those scenes. So I don't know if you are the type of person that cringes at the thought of seeing errors and punctuation issues. I recommend that you don't let that stop you from writing the chapters, okay? There's going to be issues, but just know that you are going to be able to go back in the editing process and fix those issues. All right. And another thing, stay away from the idea of perfection on your first draft. This is something that held me up many times working on this project already, because I would go back to chapter one and see spelling mistakes or see punctuation issues or see sentences that I didn't like the structure of. So I would go back and change it. And I would look up and realize that my entire writing session, I didn't write anything new because I was so focused on fixing what I had already wrote in my previous writing section. Do not get caught up like this. Do not make that mistake. Again, know that editing time will come. Okay, if you get stuck on the idea of perfection for your first draft, you will never finish your first draft. Trust me, I'm already having problems with that. I struggled with that my first couple weeks working on this project. Do not uh, go back and hope for perfection on your first draft. Know that it's going to be messy. Know that some things are going to be structurally wrong, and know that there will be a time for editing. Okay. Hey, those are the tips that I have for you today. Hopefully you find these things helpful as you are cranking through your first draft, and hopefully you don't struggle as much as I have been struggling through my first draft. Another thing that I want to add, something that I recently have tried on this project that has been pretty dope, is the idea of dictation. Okay. I have actually been playing around with a couple different apps to dictate the story. And of course, writing just flows so much faster through dictation. So if that's something that you guys want to try out, I recommend that. Just know that it's very different than typing on the keyboard. So it's going to take some time to get used to that, and that's what I'm working on right now too. So right now I'm currently typing and I'm currently dictating the story. So as I keep going along with the process, I'll fill you guys in and let you know how it's going. Just stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so that you can be notified when I release new videos about working on this project. All right, come right with me. and we'll get through this together. We'll struggle together through this book project, and hopefully, I'm able to help you through your book project. All right, until next time, peace.